We're back at it again with another ranking video. Last time you guys seemed to enjoy me ranking all the first starters, so today we do the same except with all the middle stage ones. These Pokemon you rarely ever get to see in battle unless you love battling with crappy Pokemon like myself, so I'm glad I got to give them some exposure. Speaking of exposure, let's give some to my anime channel MysticSage. This week we started the My Hero Season 5 weekly reviews, so if you like My Hero, or just anime in general, then head on over to MysticSage. Anywho though, let's just hop into the rankings. Another video where I have to talk smack about my second favorite Pokemon. Let's just rip the band-aid off. Bayleaf sucks. I see what it's going for with the support and the Elite Seed and the screens, but there are just a lot better grass types that perform its job better. Like pretty much all other support grass types in the franchise as a whole. What is there to say about Dewott? I guess it's better than Bayleaf. Congratulations. Beyond that, there is nothing to talk about. Incredibly poor design starter Pokemon, and its evolution doesn't do much to redeem it. Shell Armor as a hidden ability on a Pokemon with base 60 defenses? Sure, you won't be critting, but your opponent isn't going to need that crit to knock you out, and 75 attack and 83 special attack are sufficient offensive stats. But base 60 speed is rather slow, so the best you can do is a possible mixed attacker. If you get to use an attack, that is. I really don't know what there is to say about Brionne. It really has some of the good qualities of Primarina, but I suppose it's a bulkier water type with Flip Turn for momentum, sparking a wonderful base 91 special attack. The attacks coming from this Pokemon surely will pack a punch. A Specs Brionne can leave a mark, but that being said, there isn't much more to mention. Grass and Flying, 4 times weak to Ice, lackluster offensive and defensive stats, its move pool is horribly shallow with its best offensive moves being Pluck, Steel Wing, and Leaf Blade. Not overly impressive when it's all said and done. You just need to evolve, bud. Oh god, this Pokemon. Yeah, I'm gonna save my Pignite hate for another time, but why do you have Thick Fat? You're a fire type. Why don't you have any redeeming qualities? Okay, the move pool is decent, but beyond that, there isn't a lot to talk about. Pignite is very frail, and even with the Eviolite, it really wouldn't make a difference. Emboar is actually not too bad, especially because of the Reckless ability. If Pignite had Reckless, then it would be higher. Oh, but Mystic, you can run Trick Room. I can't, I'm done. Grovyle has the case of poor stat distribution. For such a phenomenal move pool, Grovyle simply does not have the stats to make him work. Every special move Grovyle has is Stab, except for like Mud Slap and Dragon Breath. Having base 95 speed and access to Unburden is amazing. Super fast Pokemon with 85 base attack. It's just a massive shame about that 65 attack stat, and every good move in its move pool being physical. Honestly, a simple flip of the switch would make Grovyle so much better. But alas, it is what it is. Braixen's a pretty cute looking Pokemon, and I gotta say I love it a lot more than I do Delphox. Unfortunately, like Delphox, Braixen isn't that great. Your only real option is to run some kind of Specs or Scarf set, but even then, there are much faster middle stage Evas out there that are also fire types and can perform its job better. The coverage definitely isn't bad, it just lacks the stats to do anything, let alone be a glass cannon. Drizzile caught an ugly eye from the community when first revealed, and it didn't make up for its edgy design by being good or anything. Just like with Inteleon, Drizzile just lacks a really solid move pool to take advantage of. Could you imagine a specially offensive water-type Pokemon without Ice Beam? Drizzile, what are you doing? I get it now. I understand why you can't even be bothered. Just look at you. Charmander's evolution is not bad with its ability Solar Power, and thus can perform alright on Sun teams. Charmeleon really shines though when it's given the opportunity to hold the Choice Scarf. With 80 base speed and holding a Scarf, it can outspeed a lot of the unboosted meta. I will say though, there are better fire Pokemon that do its job better, just like I said with Braixen. With Braixen and Charmeleon earlier, I mentioned fire Pokemon that can do their jobs better. Well, Quilava is one of those, and is slightly better than Charmeleon. Quilava has 80 base speed and 80 base special attack. Those two stats are perfect for a middle stage starter to be a decent Scarfer or Specs user. Charmeleon was, but the main difference is here, Quilava has a very powerful attack being Eruption. Eruption will do more damage the higher the user's HP is. So if Quilava outspeeds the opponent, then they are in for a fiery explosion. Quilava's coverage pool, however, isn't that great, but all you really need from it is Eruption and Flamethrower anyway. Hello, Steroids Jr. Up at number 14, we have Marshtomp, the adorable looking mudfish. Now, Marshtomp has a couple of great things going for it. One being its typing of water ground. As we all know, Water Ground only has one weakness, being Grass, so its typing is very good defensively and checks Electric and Rock types. It's a great switch-in for physical attackers as well. Its move pool consists of great attacks, most notably Stealth Rocks. Stealth Rocks are practically essential for any team at this point, and Marshtomp is decent at setting up rocks. It's also got moves like Scald to potentially score some burns, and Ice Punch is there for its main weakness being Grass. The downside about this defensive mon is the fact that it has no reliable recovery. If Marshtomp had that, I would have placed it higher. Almost right in the middle of the pack, we have a Fierce Crocodile with some banger moves. Crocona will Dragon Dance, Ice Punch, Waterfall, and Earthquake. You know the drill. Having access to the ability Sheer Force, which makes any move with a side effect even stronger, and with setup options, this Crocodile will rip your opponent's team to shreds. Grottle has access to many different grass type attacks, and can thus actually perform the role of a bulky setup or a support with Leech Seed. It's got the ability to set up Curse, and since it's already slow, it really doesn't matter. If Curse and Eviolite are run together, I feel that's the best kind of set to run on Grottle. But then again, that's just me. Run that set with Seed Bomb, Crunch, and some other coverage of your choice, and it doesn't do too horrible. Toxic and Leech Seed is also very effective with an Eviolite, and with Synthesis as recovery, it's at least got something. Oh, and Grottle doesn't have the ground type yet, so no quad weak to ice. Kudos to you, Grottle. The pre-evolution of Blaziken? Psh, this should be easy. Speed Boost, Protect, Bulk Up, and Offensive Choice. That's literally all I have to say. Unfortunately, over the years, it's dropped in the meta. However, the legacy started with firefighting starters here. So thank you, Combuskin, and your entire evolution line for helping me speed boost. Could you speed boost the Diamond and Pearl Remix though, and Legends Arceus? I'm super excited to see what these games are all about. You know what's funny? I actually forgot to write about Quilladin. This was actually the last Pokemon I wrote about and not the #1 entry. Quilladin is just so forgettable. The best things I can really say about it are that it's good at being an Eviolite user, and it's decent at setting up spikes. Bulletproof is also a decent ability for it, protecting it from all ball and bomb-based attacks. Also, you totally didn't hear my Windows alert go off. Grass defensive Eviolite user with decent coverage and spikes. I guess that's the best way to put it. But hey, it's a pretty good mon if it made number 10. This is a Pokemon I don't think I have ever talked about in any of my videos. If I have, please let me know. Prinplup is essentially like Empoleon, just without the Steel type. The concept is the same, except with an Eviolite. All Prinplup needs to do is set up rocks and have defog access just in case. I feel Prinplup is a must-have if you're looking for a Pokemon that can set up hazards and get rid of them. Provide it with Scald for offense and a chance to burn, and you got yourself a decent bulky water Pokemon with utility. Awesome. I get to talk about my favorite Sinnoh line. Monferno is just Infernape, except on a budget. Put a Life Orb on this thing with Iron Fist, and you're good to go. It's got access to Priority Mach Punch, Stab Fire Punch, and Thunder Punch for coverage. There's also more coverage to pick from than just that. It's got coverage to offer, and I love it. U-Turn for Pivot is also good when it comes to getting out of sticky situations. I'm super glad Monferno still gets this attack. Oh, and Monferno can throw up the Pebbles. This is a pretty solid mon, just like its final evolution. 2 words. Leaf Storm. But the special attack is lowered. Oh, on the contrary, commenter. Not today. It's in fact raising the special attack by 2 stages. Have you ever tried Nasty Plot, but it does damage? Yeah, you can literally do that right here. Torracat is an incredibly solid Pokemon, just like its next evolution. Torracat has access to Intimidate and a lot of moves to pivot with, such as Parting Shot and U-Turn. That's not to say that Torracat is just a one-trick pony though. With base 90 speed, Torracat has a rather impressive speed stat for a middle stage, and with 85 attack and 80 special attack, the options this kitten can take are quite versatile. You can be a bulky pivot set with Nasty Plot, Taunt and Flamethrower, or a physically bulky pivot set with Bulk Up. Torracat is incredibly good, and definitely deserves the number 6 slot on this list. As we reach the top 5, we're looking at the King of Kalos, Frogadier. Now, you all know how good Greninja is with Protean, and its incredibly versatile move pool. Frogadier shares the same qualities. Poison type through Toxic Spikes for the oppressive fairy types, Ice Beam, Scald, Dark Pulse, and of course, U-Turn for momentum. With 97 base speed, it's even faster than Torracat from the previous slot, and with base 83 special attack and always firing off a stab attack, it's clear how good Frogadier is. We can look forward to Frogadier's return, hopefully in Brilliant Diamond, in Shining Pearl, or in Legend Arceus. Hello, one of the best starter Eviolite users. Ivysaur takes the spot at number 4, being exactly like its final Evo Venusaur. You can run Ivysaur as a Sun Sweeper with its ability Chlorophyll, which I actually like using a lot. Or you can run my favorite and use it as a bulky Leech Seed user. I love stalling and pissing people off. Guess that's why Umbreon's my favorite Pokemon. 80 base special attack is pretty deadly though, and running that with Stab, Sludge Bomb, or Giga Drain can leave a mark. It's also got reliable recovery with Synthesis, so it's covered on that front as well. A move that I always forget it has access to though is Knockoff, perfect for getting rid of other Eviolite users. Ivysaur truly is a very deadly grass type, just like its evolution. Coming into our number 3 slot, we have Grookey's evolution, Thwackey, which on paper may seem like a shock. However, when you break it down, Thwackey being in the top 3 should be no surprise. When you consider Thwackey has strong offense and speed of both base 85 and 80 respectively, on top of also getting a great ability in Grassy Surge, Thwackey can already be a nightmare even without other options giving support. On top of this, it also gained in the Isle of Armor the tutor move Grassy Glide, which gives it a 91 priority option in terrain that also is stab boosted, making it a no drawback attack for Thwackey. Thwackey can also pivot out against bad matchups, and even use a Grassy Seed to give it extra bulk while providing a strong acrobatics to handle any opposing grass types who may try to take advantage of your terrain, such as Ivysaur, which was previously mentioned, or even Grovyle as well. Overall, Thwackey being as strong as most of these options, while not needing support, unlike Pokemon such as Ivysaur to be as threatening as it is, makes Thwackey our 3rd best middle stage starter. For our number 2 slot, we're going back to the old classics. We have the OG Squirtle Squad evolution, Wartortle. With the DLC in Sword and Shield, Wartortle and its evolution line got access to 2 very important moves, those being Shell Smash, which as you know is a phenomenal setup, and access to Flip Turn for pivoting, which is something a lot of water types appreciated. Now, Wartortle can be an offensive sweeper on any team with a Shell Smash set, utilizing moves like Ice Beam, Scald, Water Spout, and even Weather Ball. Well, in the weather. And that's only scratching the surface. However, it can still be a bulky water, with Flip Turn, Rapid Spin, Toxic, and Wartortle can do it all, and has decent stats to support both options, with 59 HP, 80 defense, and 80 special defense, while also having 63 attack, 65 special attack, and 58 speed. Defensively, these stats are very nice, and with Shell Smash in mind, the rather low offensive stats aren't going to be a huge downside. With everything brought up, it's as clear as day that Wartortle just has a trump card on every other starter mentioned so far on the list. But there is still one who reigns supreme above the rest. Gee, I wonder who the strongest middle stage starter is. It starts with an L, and it's called Libero. If we take a look at Cinderace, we have that, but just with the pre-evo. Reboot, just like Cinderace, is a solid wall breaker, with all the coverage it has and very good stab attacks it has. Flare Blitz lets it hit really hard, and with 86 base attack and 94 base speed, it's going to be hitting hard and fast. Well, hard for what it is. Heavy Duty Boots and Eviolite are both solid items on it. We all know the reason for Heavy Duty Boots is the same because of Cinderace. What I really love about Reboot though, is its access to Sucker Punch. That can really jack up Pokemon like Kadabra. Priority Stab with Libero is brilliant. I need to give this thing a test drive. Well, that's gonna do it for these rankings. What'd you guys think? Do you agree with them or disagree? Let me know down below. I feel really bad though, because Bayleaf always gets shafted when it comes to its battling. Design-wise, I still adore you though. As for Grottle and Pignite, yeah, I have no more comments. Good job to Grottle though, for making it to the halfway point of the list. Anywho though, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. And if you really love the content you see, consider subscribing with notifications on, that way you never miss an upload. So with that said, thank you to everyone for watching the video. Huge thanks to my phenomenal team and the amazing art done each week by Danny the Demon. I couldn't do all this without them. If you all enjoyed the video and want to see more content like this, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Be sure to leave a comment too, as it really helps us out. I also do other content on my Twitch, where I stream Genshin Impact, Mystic Zora, where I do Pokemon Let's Plays and other gaming content, and of course MysticSage, where I do all anime content. Right now, I'm focusing on Inuyasha and Yashahime, so if you're interested in that, be sure to check it out. If you'd like to support me even further than that, check out my Patreon. Whether it's a $1 tip to get early thumbnail access, or the $10 tier to get cool Perler bead charms and a shout out. There's tons of reasons to join today. These lovely people did, and I thank them all so much for their support. It really means the world to me. I think I'm gonna wrap this up though. I'm Mystic Umbreon, and I will see you all next time with some more amazing Pokemon content.